Good morning, everyone. Tina Spalding, Trance Channel here for our daily Course in Miracles lesson. Today is lesson number 28. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Today, we are really giving specific application to the idea for yesterday. In these practice periods, you will be making a series of definite commitments. The question of whether you will keep them in the future is not our concern here. If you are willing at least to make them now, you have started on the way to keeping them, and we are still at the beginning. You may wonder why it is important to say, for example, above all else, I want to see this table differently. In itself, it is not important at all. Yet what is by itself, and what does in itself mean? You see a lot of separate things about you, which really means you are not seeing at all. You either see or not. When you have seen one thing differently, you will see all things differently. The light you will see in any one of them is the same light you will see in them all. When you say above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are making a commitment to withdraw your preconceived ideas about the table and open your mind to what it is and what it is for. You are not defining it in past terms. You are asking what it is rather than telling it what it is. You are not binding its meaning to your tiny experience of tables, nor are you limiting its purpose to your little personal thoughts. You will not question what you have already defined, and the purpose of these exercises is to ask questions and receive the answers. In saying above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are committing yourself to seeing it not as an it is not an exclusive commitment. It is a commitment that applies to the table just as much as to anything else, neither more nor less. You could in fact gain vision from just that table if you would withdraw all of your own ideas from it and look upon it with a completely open mind. It has something to show you, something beautiful and clean and of infinite value, full of happiness and hope. Hidden under all your ideas about it is its real purpose, the purpose it shares with all the universe. In using the table as a subject for applying the idea for today, you are therefore really asking to see the purpose of the universe. You will be making the same request of each subject that you use in the practice periods, and you are making a commitment to each of them to let its purpose be revealed to you, instead of placing your own judgment upon it. We will have 6 2-minute practice periods today, in which the idea for the day is stated first and then applied to whatever you see about you. Not only should the subjects be chosen randomly, but each should be accorded equal sincerity as today's idea is applied to it, in an attempt to acknowledge the equal value of them all in their contribution to your seeing. As usual, the applications should include the name of the subject your eyes happen to light on, and you should rest your eyes on it while saying, above all else, I want to see this object differently. Each application should be made quite slowly and thoughtfully as possible. There is no hurry. So that is today's lesson, number 28. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Let's see what Jesus has to say today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and this is a very, very powerful lesson indeed. You are agreeing to transforming the way you look at everything in practicing this lesson with us today. Again, you may have some fear arising. We want you to refer back to yesterday's lesson's channeled portion to reassure you that there is nothing that you are going to lose here except the limiting, except the fearful, except the resentful, except the hatred that lurks beneath the surface of your seemingly innocent minds. We are not accusing you of being bad people. We are informing you that you are only aware of a certain part of your consciousness that you have been permitted to explore in your society. So when, for example, you have been punished for getting angry at a parent when you were a little child, which most of you were, you began to lose access to that part of your consciousness and you pushed it down because it was unacceptable. You would lose love if you allowed that part of you to surface. That little raging 2-year-old that said, I don't want to eat my peas, can be punished so cruelly in your society. And many of you were. Many of you don't remember it. Some of you do. But when you fracture yourself in that way through trauma, you're traumatized by a great big parent who punishes you or withdraws love, perhaps even physically smacks you. They may make you sit in your little chair for a long, long time until you eat those peas. You push parts of your consciousness down and away from you, and you do not have access to those feelings and emotions. Now, what happens as you begin to do these lessons is we begin to tap into some of those fears. We begin to tap into some of those repressed and controlled parts of your consciousness because we love you. We love you in an unconditional way. We love you in a pure and spiritual way without requiring anything of you. And sometimes those energies, those feelings that with your free will, your decision-making process, even when you were a small child, you decided that that part of you was not okay. All of you is okay. All of you is acceptable. All of you is loved. And this is a process of healing, the reintegration of the mind, the taking back of that unconscious part of yourself. Now, these lessons do not go through your traumas with you. This is not necessary. The practices as described in these lessons are designed to clarify the mind of fear. One of the dysfunctional aspects of your society is going back into traumas over and over and over again, bringing that feeling into the present moment over and over and over again in an effort to heal it. It is not in doing that that you heal your mind. It is in relentlessly turning towards love that you heal your mind. The thought forms and the fears and the nightmares will dissipate when you no longer feed them because you are not looking there anymore. You are looking to love. You are looking to truth. And that is what will eventually fill your mind. That is what we are doing here. I am that one that you know as Jesus. And we will speak to you again tomorrow. Thank you for joining me and Jesus today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.